Jack Roosevelt Robinson, better known as Jackie Robinson, was born in Cairo, Georgia on January 31st, 1919. He was born the youngest of five and to a sharecropping father, although he never knew his father because when he was only months old, his father, Jerry Robinson, left his family for the neighbor's wife. During his childhood, Jack joined the Pepper Street Gang. The Pepper Street Gang consisted of Hispanics, blacks, and some Japanese kids who challenged white athletes to play games like football or baseball. They would also bet moderate amounts of money on them winning. Later in his life, at age 18, Jackie applied to Pasadena Junior College. He is accepted, then stays there until 1939, when he transfers to UCLA, lettering in 4 different sports, including track, football, baseball, and basketball. Surprisingly, baseball was considered the sport he was the worst at out of the 4. During his time at UCLA, he also meets his future wife, Rachel Isom, a student there who studied nursing. Unfortunately, Jackie dropped out of college only a few credits short of graduating due to his brother's personal experience. His brother Matthew had won a silver medal in the Olympics, but when he came home, he received almost no recognition for it. His brother could not find a job solely due to his race and ended up working as a street sweeper. Jackie felt as a black man, no education could land him a stable career. A year later, America gets more involved in World War II, and Jackie gets drafted into the Army. During his time there, he is promoted to lieutenant, although the segregation of units must have gotten into his head because a couple years later he is asked to sit at the back of the bus. He refuses and the Army takes him into custody. Then he is charged for insubordination. Jackie fights back, and because he was such a well-respected athlete, he was found not guilty. The Army then honorably discharged him in 1944. Then in 1945, he joins the Kansas City Monarchs, a baseball team in a Negro League. Little did he know, his great athletic skill would not go unnoticed while he was being scouted by Brooklyn Dodgers manager Branch Rickey. That same year, Branch offered him a spot on an all-white team called the Montreal Royals. The Montreal Royals were the main feeder team to the Brooklyn Dodgers. For example, if you played for the Montreal Royals, you had a good chance of moving up to Major League Baseball with the Dodgers. The following year, Rachel and Jackie finally get married, and Rachel gives birth to a baby boy named Jackie Jr. Then, Branch Rickey moves Jackie up into the big leagues to play for the Dodgers in 1947. The main part of the deal that ate Jackie up inside was that no matter what kind of insult or discriminatory messages were sent his way, he had to just take it and not fight back. In fact, before Jackie moved up to the MLB, Branch Rickey put him through a test. For 3 hours straight, Rickey hurled insults and everything he could at Jackie until he finally says, "They'll taunt you and goad you. They'll do anything they can to make you react. They'll try to provoke a race riot in the ballpark. This is the way to prove to the public that a Negro should not be allowed in the major leagues." Jackie then says, "Mr. Rickey, are you looking for a Negro who is afraid to fight back?" Rickey responds with, "Robinson, I'm looking for a ball player with guts enough not to fight back." And so he didn't. And despite all the insults, hate mail, death threats, and even pitches aimed at his head truly did rile him up, he took it like the true champion he is. That is, until 1949, when Branch allows him to speak up. And Jackie absolutely does. He began to respectfully fight back publicly to news reporters and even in-game to biased umpires. Jackie did not hesitate to say anything. In the same year, he even won multiple awards, such as the nation's MVP award and the Rookie of the Year award. This led up to his daughter Sharon Robinson's birth in 1950, and 2 years later in 1952, his son David's birth. After many years of playing the sport he is most famous for, he knew it was time to retire at the young age of 37. But he did not let the Brooklyn Dodgers know until they were about to trade him to the New York Giants in 1956. And although he loved baseball, he never quit standing up as a civil rights leader. He continued to stand up for blacks throughout the 50s and 60s. He was also known to oppose drugs due to the harmful effects it leaves on people, his son Jackie Jr. being subject to drug usage. But for Jackie's efforts, he was so admired, and in '62, he was officially inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Sadly, it all started to go downhill from there. In 1968, Jackie suffered from diabetes and a heart disease and went partially blind at the age of 49.
French.
Despite his declining health,
What about the
he
French?
continued to stay active for as long as he could. But in 1971, his oldest son, Jackie Jr., lost his life at the extremely young age of 25 in a car accident. Until Jack Roosevelt Robinson passed away at the age of 53 in 1972 due to a fatal heart attack. He was rushed to the hospital by his wife Rachel, who was educated in nursing, but he did not make it.
Sit down. You sit down and lean back.
Yeah, but you have to wrap it around me.
Like I'm holding you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, alright. Let's do bigger.
Oh my god, there's pokey things. Bananas. Say tehe.
We're on the bus.
Hey.
Hat onto my head.
Shut up, Joselyn.
Shut up, Susan.
I need to pee.
You don't even know I paid. You don't even know I paid. You don't even know I paid. No one knows my paid.
Poor Joselyn.
Okay.
I'm ready, Mom. I'm ready. I'm still ready. Tehe. Oh my god, my hat.
You do sports? Oh, that's so funny. Cause I love sports. The Green Bay New Yorkers? Yeah.
Now you're recording. No, you're supposed to nod.
Yeah, no homo, bro. It's Thursday. What is that, Samantha? You're not done with your work?
Oh. And she just goes.
Yes.
I don't know. Sure. Susan?
Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Oh! What was that?
I'm sorry.